Hey people, it's me again. Yes, I am doing another speed draw. I will be doing other stuff, I actually will be, I promise. But I'm doing another speed draw because, it's the spooky season, getting into the spooky season. So I'm doing a Halloween speed draw. I'm not going to spoil what it is because I'm not a spoiler. You'll have to see to the end or, you could just skip through the video. But if you if you have enough time, then just don't, because some parts actually took a really long time and I would appreciate it if you watched. But if you just want to see the art, you can just see the art. Do whatever you want to do, really. I don't really care. Yeah, so I'm not necessarily going to spoil it, but I'm going to talk about what I'm drawing as I'm drawing it, so you might start getting the gist of it. You might guess what I'm drawing, but the drawing is pretty complicated, I'd say. It took me actually about 2 hours and 30 minutes. From when I checked back on the clip, it was like 2 hours and 27 minutes, but I'm just rounding. But it took me literally so long because I am very incapable of drawing simple drawings. Because that's just what I do. I draw things that take me way too much time to draw. That's just the story of my life. Well, the story of my life since I started the YouTube channel anyways. You get the point. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a tiny bit about what I'm drawing, but also I'm going to sometimes trail off and talk about what just comes up into my mind, because I don't feel like always talking about the drawing, because sometimes it takes me a really long time to draw parts of it and a short amount of time to draw some parts of it. So sometimes I'll be talking about the drawing, and sometimes I'll just be talking about my own thing, just so you know. Yeah, so, and right now I am currently, in the video, drawing the, cauldron for, the scene. I can't give it away, so you're just gonna have to wait, or, skip. Whichever one you prefer, really. But right now I'm drawing, I'm drawing the cauldron, and, well, just in case you couldn't tell, because it's pretty sloppy right now, but you'll get it when it's done. It will be much better. I do a lot of touch-ups, and I make it look really good. I promise. It doesn't end up being that plain. Because the amount of time it took me, I would be very disappointed if it didn't turn out well in the first place. So, yeah. And I decided to go with, how you can have the color black, and it can be, pitch black or, lighter black. I did the cauldron light black so you can still see the black outline. But it sounds so weird because, it's just one color, but technically that's a dark gray, but it's dark enough to, pass off as the color black. So, yeah, I just tried that. Let me know if you don't like that. Let me know if you do like that, because I just really want advice. I'm not very advanced in drawing it yet. I'm just kind of seeing how I do, really. But I think I'm doing pretty well, in my opinion. I think this is one of the best drawings I've ever done, especially, with the face, because I'm normally so bad at drawing eyes. Wait, I technically just spoiled something. Now you know that there's something with a face. Big spoiler. Something with a face is in there, and it has eyes, and I'm normally really bad at eyes, and I think I did a good job. Oh my god, I'm such a spoiler. I said it had eyes. Oh my god. Yeah, so basically, I don't know exactly what I'm drawing in the potion. It's just some sort of potion that's green. I have no idea what it actually is, but I thought green is a good color for Halloween, and I thought it looked spooky. Oh my god. I thought it looked spooky or creepy, or I don't know, it looked kind of like slime-ish, so I thought it would go with what I'm drawing. I don't know why I thought that would go with what I'm drawing. Okay, what I just said doesn't make any sense. Put that in the back of your minds. What I meant to say is I meant for it to be I don't know, it looks good with the colors that I'm drawing later in the thing, if you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to phrase this, but it's not really working, so bear with me, please. Yeah, so it will actually, it'll be Halloween when I'm posting this. I think I'm going to be posting this sometime in the morning or the afternoon. I'm not really sure yet. It really depends on how fast the video exports and loads into the YouTube posting thingamabobber thing that you have to do. what I just said doesn't make any sense, but you'd understand if you make YouTube videos what I'm talking about. Which most of you probably don't, so you probably have no idea what the heck I'm saying. Basically, there's this thing on YouTube when you like upload a video, it obviously like has to download all like the frames and the audio, so it takes a little while. Maybe like an hour, like if it's a video this long, like 25 minutes, or could be even longer in some cases, or shorter in some cases. It really depends on the video. Anyways, you get what I'm trying to say, okay? Okay. Yeah, and basically right now, in case you can't tell, I'm drawing a witch. That is what the main person slash thing I'm going to be drawing. There actually are no other people. I don't know why I said person slash thing. It's the main noun. It's the main noun, basically, I'm going to be drawing. And honestly, it was so... This was the thing that... Well, I said the face was really hard to draw, because I also did draw another thing with a face, but it's not a human. But that face was a lot easier to draw, but human faces, the eyes, I cannot. And I was very glad that I decided to draw a witch when I started doing the face, which I actually haven't yet, but I'll just explain what happens. So basically, I can't draw faces, so I was like, you know what? I can just do a really creepy face and it will look okay and decent because it doesn't have to be, because it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be creepy. Well, kind of creepy. It has to still look nice. But I was really happy with how it turns out. But right now, the black I used for the black witch's hat, well, it's technically dark gray, but you get what I'm trying to say. And it's slightly darker than the one I used for the cauldron, but the shadow for the cauldron, I think it's like around the same color. I'm not really sure, but it's definitely very close. Also, right now, let me talk about how the witch's head looks like a potato at this stage in the drawing. Like, I mean, look at it. Look at it. It's a potato. It's a potato on top of the cauldron. I swear, it looks exactly like a potato. Like the shape, it's all potato. All I have to do is add the potato shapes. Oh, and also you can see me attempting to draw a cat right there. I do end up doing a cat in the end. It does take a bunch of, like, tries. I don't know. I'm not that good at drawing animals particularly, but when I do draw them, they normally come out pretty good because I do hold myself to, I'd say okay-ish high standards. Not really high, but, like, sort of. Kind of. Ish. Yeah, sort of, kind of ish. Yeah, so right now, I'm drawing the little bubbles, coming out of the cauldron, which kind of doesn't make sense, because there is no possible source of heat, considering it's on a wooden table that would catch on fire. So, I don't know where the heck the heat is coming from that's making it bubble. Technically, it could be a chemical reaction, but I'm pretty sure witches aren't into chemistry, they're into potions, but I guess it could be, magic. Yeah, I guess it could be magic. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, I don't know why I did the bubbles, but I really do think it does end up adding like a really cool effect in the end. It just makes it like it just makes the entire thing more interesting. So that's why I'm really happy I did it. But also, if I didn't do it, I feel like it would look weird because I'm so used to how it actually does end up looking. But I do really like how it ends up looking, and the bubbles actually took me the longest time out of, I think, everything besides maybe the face of the witch. But I think they just took me so long because of the transparency and like figuring out the exact shadings. And also I did these highlights on the bubbles. I don't know, they took me so long for some reason. And I guess I just wanted them to be like really good because I felt like since they were like the bubbles, I thought they would be like the main attraction for some reason. I mean, I guess they are, like, because they're in front. But I don't know, I just really wanted them to be perfect in case like I messed up something else, so like it would make up for it. But I really don't think I did mess up anything else, but I do think the bubbles look good regardless. And yeah, but I do think it, like, in this part, like right here, like where I just zoomed up, I feel like it does look weird, like on the bubble that's just on the witch hat right now before like I add the highlights and stuff, because it just looks like I drew an army green right there. But it does end up looking cool when I add the highlights, because you can actually tell that it's a bubble, not just some random dots on the screen. To be honest, the witch just could be having a fun time making like the bubble soap for bubbles um dyed green, and just having a good time, just having a good time making that bubble soap, blowing some bubbles. Oh yeah, and this is the part where I do the highlights, and it starts looking a lot better here, and a lot more like it has depth, and like it's 3D rather than just some dots on the screen, like I said before. But I also do end up doing something else to add a little more depth after I add the highlights. And it's like a little blending, and like I make it lighter in some parts, like more white-ish, more off-white in some spots, and then like not like just the highlights like I'm doing here, but like parts of like lighter than the other. I don't know. It just adds a really cool some really cool depth perception. I think that's the right word for it. I'm not sure, to be honest, but I hope I'm using that right. Yeah, see, look it. I'm adding that right now. See? Look how I just added the thing. How I just did it. I just did what I was talking about doing. Yeah, and while this was all going on with me doing the bubbles and stuff, the witch's face still looks like a potato. So that is when I decided to actually start trying to do the face and the eyes. Right now, the eyes look so creepy and like slim and stuff. They actually end up looking really creepy in the end as well. I hate to break it to you. But I actually do like how they turned out, but right now in like this stage it's so creepy. Not that they're not creepy in the end, but right now it's like snake eyes. And not to mention, I don't think that witch has been getting that much sleep because of, the little teensy weensy eye bags that I just maybe put there on purpose. Just maybe, possibly, maybe. I did. Yeah. And so basically I have you can really see how terribly I've done the white in the eyes. And right now is like me trying to like fix it up a bit, because the white just looks so like outstanding compared to the eye socket. It almost looks like it's popping out. It's not necessarily what I'm going for. I still want the eye to be in the eye socket. I want it to be creepy, but not like um not falling out. Yeah, because that would just be little much. Yeah. And then now here's when I look at the other side and realize that I haven't actually done it yet. And at the moment I was drawing this, I was like freaking out because had no idea how I was gonna make it match the other side perfectly, especially with like part of like the bubble on the eye part. I don't know why I thought that that is such an obstacle, but I did, and I was like so worried that I wasn't be able to make the eye symmetrical. But they don't have to be symmetrical. It's like it's supposed to be creepy. Like it doesn't have to be symmetrical. But I don't know why. I was just really worried about it. And also from this angle, like right here, like this one right here, it almost looks like it's a cowboy squinting like with like a black cowboy hat. Well, now it just stopped, but like before it did, because like we were just like so zoomed up that it literally looks like that. I don't know why I thought of that. And also, I just tried to add eyeliner to the witch, in case you were wondering what the heck I was doing. And then I was just trying to add more depth. I have no idea what I was even trying to do. And I just ended up like leaving it like that. Also, for the witch's most beautiful, oh so beautiful nose, I took inspiration from Gru. Gru from Despicable Me and the Minions movie. That guy with the pointy nose. Yeah, and right now I'm just trying to draw the wart because I could not figure out how to do it. Because you gotta incorporate a wart to a witch somehow. Like, come on, it's classic. And here's me trying to draw the mouth, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I figured out how to do the wart. I'm not really sure how well the wart turned out. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know. I feel like it just kind of looks like an awkward freckle that's leaping out of her skin, which is kind of what a wart is, I guess. But I don't know. It kind of looks awkward in the drawing. Maybe I should have added depth, but then I feel like it would have looked like a scabbing pimple, which is kind of disgusting. But I don't know. I just didn't really know how to make it look. Also, right now, if the lip, like if you know how I'm drawing those, if they were higher, it would look like the emoji. It would look like the emojis. To be honest, even in the end, I kind of still think that the lips just look not the best. They look really, really weird. But I don't know. I think it's okay-ish because I don't know how to draw faces. I literally don't know. That's why the best option was to draw a witch because I could play around with the facial features and make it look weird and not right because I don't know how to make draw a face and make it look right because I just I don't know how. It's like a mental block or something. I don't know, but I just can't draw faces. They're just so hard. But honestly, I do love how the face turns out in the end because I don't know, I just think it looks really cool. And like with how it turns out, I don't know, I just really love it. Yeah, and this is where the drawing starts coming together for the most part. I mean, I have the hair, the face, the cauldron, the witch's hat, and I'm adding like the little details to the hair, and this is where it starts all coming together and getting like really good. And at this stage in the drawing, you'd probably assume that like I'm almost done, but I am not even close to almost done. Like I have so many more details that I added, like so many more after this. Even though it looks like it might be almost done, like I just have to draw the background, I did so many other details, like so many other little things. It's insane. Yeah, and right now I'm adding like the little shadow to the top of the witch's face because of the hat. I assumed it would make a shadow, and also I feel like it makes her a little more creepy and like devious and like mwahaha ish. It gives me more of like the mwahaha vibes than not having it. And I had tried to add like dark blush to the witch. I'm not sure how much I liked that I made that decision anymore, but I think it adds more detail. And I also tried doing arms for the witch, but in the end I decided not to do arms because I thought the arms could just go outside the cauldron. But this is a pretty big cauldron, so the witch's arms couldn't necessarily go around it. So I just made it so the witch's arms are behind the cauldron so you can't see them. Yeah, and right now I'm just doing some little touch-ups on the cauldron because I tried to add shading. I'm not really sure how much the shading worked because it's not necessarily like that good. And here's me trying to draw the cat again. And I don't think I was about to use this version, but I realized it was on the wrong layer, so I couldn't. So then I eventually just decided to restart the cat on the different layer, and it does start looking really good. Yeah, and I did attempt on making the cat on that layer, but you can see here that I decided not to because it would just be way too complicated. I tried changing the position of the cat, but then I just decided the other position was just so much better and like so much better for the scene. Also, keep in mind the cat does end up looking like a slightly different type of drawing style than the witch in the end. It looks more like friendly. But I guess black cats always look friendly even if they are a witch's pet. They're just so cute. They're cats. Like they're adorable. Yeah, and I tried to make the cat the darkest color possible without messing up the black lines, and it's darker than the black on the cauldron or darker gray, whichever you prefer to phrase it. To me, it looks like a lighter black color, but I don't know. Also, if you think the cat's position looks like a little awkward right now, um I do actually change the position of the cat later in the drawing by saving just the cat piece of it, just the cat layers, and then deleting this layer and then repositioning the saved cat. If you know what I'm saying, I'm sorry if you don't know what I'm saying because I don't know exactly how to explain it. Yeah, but right now I'm just adding the little fluff on the kitty cat's ears, the little hairs. And just in case you're wondering why the cat's head is in such a weird position, it's because its head is turned and it's like looking at the camera or like you rather than like looking forward at the cauldron or the witch. Its head is like turned, so that's why it looks so weird. It's not just weird. Well, it is weird, but it's not. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm saying. And the cat's position does look somewhat awkward right now, so I do end up changing the position of the cat. But right now, I'm just doing the eyes, which look like marbles. They literally look like marbles. But, I mean, that's okay. Just a cute little cat. It's a marvelous cat. But, ciao. Get it? Marvelous, marble. You get it. Yeah. And here is where I start changing the position of the cat, making it a little bigger, making it slightly more tilted, like tilted the way I'm tilting it. And yeah. I actually am very happy I did that because I really think it makes the cat look a lot better and just a lot more in place rather than out of place. Yeah, and here's where I did the background. I do eventually change the background color slightly because I thought it kind of looked like the color of a yam or a turnip, and I really didn't like it. I also thought it almost looked like rusty, and even just because it's a witch and it's a very old witch does not mean her house is rusty. So I I did end up fixing it up a little, but before that I just fixed up the rough edges around the bubbles that I did not notice before. And again, I am taking so long the bubbles, and I have no idea, but the bubbles, like every single time I worked on them, it took me so long for some reason. Yeah, I have no idea why. And here's when I start changing the background color, and I was really indecisive about it. Like, I was super specific, like, really, really specific with it because I wanted it to be perfect, and then I eventually landed on this color you see right here. And right now I'm trying to draw the broom for the witch, like the broomstick that they fly on. Yeah, the broom was probably one of the things that took me quite a while, but definitely it did not take me as long as the bubbles or the eyes or like the face. But I would definitely say it did take me a while because I did restart it because I didn't like it. And also all the bristles of the brush in the end I actually did by hand. Yeah, and that's the main reason the broom took me so long, and also because I just couldn't get the right shape for the broom. Like for the broom bristles. The broom bristles, yeah. But I finally did right there. Yeah, and it was actually a tiny bit hard to choose the color for the broomstick handle, the wooden part. Because the thing is I didn't want it to be too close to the color of the wall. And also, I did a little detail here that you might not notice, but I used the same purple that I did for the witch's hat, so, like, the broom kind of corresponds to it. And also, you're probably, like, definitely wondering why I'm drawing the entire broom white. That's because there's this setting called Lock Alpha, and it means you can only draw where you've already drawn, and that's how I'm doing all these, like, little bristles of the broom without messing up all of the rest of the drawing. Honestly, the witch kind of looks like she's just, like, staring at you, like, I will get you. Like that kind of stare, but also like, what is going on? Like that type of stare, or spacing out. Either way, it looks like the witch is kind of like staring at you, which is kind of a little bit creepy, but I think it's fine. I realized that the broom kind of looked weird just standing up like that, like out of nowhere, so I decided to make this metal broom holder thing. I don't know where the witch got it. Maybe Home Depot. Yeah, but otherwise the broom would have looked like weird, like it's floating. And while the witch is making the potion, I don't think the witch would have cast a spell on her own broom to make it float. I don't know. That would just be a little over the top. Yeah, and I thought this lighter gray that I was using was too off-white, so I decided to make the shadow pieces darker. So the gray would actually look like a gray rather than an off-white for the broom holder thingamabobber thing. Yeah, because I just thought it looked a little off with that light color, I guess. And I'm just adding some shading to the walls because I thought it just looked a little too bland and wanted a little more color. Well, more color as in like more darkness. I don't know why the light would be coming from the ground rather than the ceiling because it's kind of darker on the top. But you never know. It's a witch's house. Anything can happen. It's magical. Wow, that's so weird. And after all this work, I still thought it looked too boring, so I decided I just had to add a painting to the wall. For some reason, the hardest part of actually making the painting was actually making the string that holds the painting, which is really weird because I thought it would be making the frame, but I swear, making the string was like, I know I just did it like right there, but it felt so hard in the moment. It wasn't actually hard. It didn't take much time at all, but it felt hard. I don't know, maybe it's just this weird feeling. Well, is this just this weird feeling? I don't know. But the frame actually took me longer, but it felt like a lot easier for some reason. Yeah, and I was having a lot of trouble actually making straight lines for the frame because I don't know, I'm not very good at making straight lines because it's just so hard, like it has to be perfect. So the lines actually didn't end up being straight, but they looked good enough. The wood could be warped for all we know. Yeah, and I really didn't know what to put in the painting, so I just ended up putting a witch's hat and some really simple broomsticks. I didn't really want to have to put too much detail into it, but I still wanted it to be, like, okay, and I didn't want it to be horrible. But I just wanted this to be quick because it's just like a little quick painting on the wall in the background. It's not really that noticeable, so I just thought I would go with some really quick things. It didn't take me that long to come up with what I wanted to draw, so I'm actually quite happy with how the painting looks. It looks really simple, looks like it could be a random thing also. And I thought the color I used for the frame was good because it's like a different brown than everything else. But I am still like a little unsure about the color because it kind of looks like a rust color, and I'm not sure how well it goes with the background. But I did choose a good color like for the painting so it doesn't look too weird and awkward. But I still do think it looks a little awkward against the background, but zoomed out I think it looks fine. Anyways, here is the final drawing. I'm actually really proud of myself. I think I did a really, really good job. And it took me a really long time, and I really hope you like it. So make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications if you liked this video and you want me to do some more stuff. I also do gaming like Roblox, Among Us, and Minecraft if you want to see some other stuff. But I will be doing more speed draws if you want. Anyways, bye!